The rules are simple. Register or log in to the 1xBet. Confirm your participation, place bets on sport, and receive promotional tickets. Get a free bets and weekly cashback.
Every second at the society they make headline and they issue them kintinap now we aid. Even for clear them kintikanga.
Those 550 plus lawyers voted on a resolution that I be the electoral commissioner for the bar. Because of course they believe in me.
So important for broke down the issue today, for let the public understand.
3 values where this country stand for. 1, we cultural values. 2, we spiritual values. And 3, we moral values.
Nothing where they don't write, nothing where they don't put on internet, nothing AI they give you.
Now that's make we they bring come to you the Today Show. We get segments where they range from interview on the big issues there.
We are very much optimistic, say, through the ballot, we are going to clinch the 2028 elections. Not by rigging.
Because you know when they rig elections, now during the entire for determining the system of government on wants, for determining electoral laws, for do boundary delimitation.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
This waka fine bus will be carried. If we get a proper transportation system, we'll be able to congest free talk.
The leaders that we have is a reflection of us, the people.
The Today Show Breakfast, only on Sleep Television, Channel 37. Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
You don't say where the brain failure now your body they suffer. That talk or that common say they not come by accident. It gets for do with your reasoning. How they work smart, not hard anymore. Because a lot of people don't work very hard over the years, but they know for make things out of them hard work. Some don't make them do, don't get me wrong. But these days, in the age and day of technology and a whole lot where they emerge, you get to combine smart work with hard work. So when your brain fail you, your body they suffer. You get to think outside the box, inside the box, and around the box. This is Today's Show Breakfast on Sleep Television, Channel 37. Again, belated birthday wishes to the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio. So it got a 2-day engagement where it hold in Abintumani International Conference Center. I will get to that shortly. But congratulations on your 65th birthday, President Julius Maada Bio. Congratulations and happy birthday again. Once more, yesterday was the day. So today I carry over of the very celebrations. You're having a blast, we were told. Starting from the house yesterday, it's been fun with the First Lady and the people that already assist you for Keep the State Lodge and the first family generally. But inside the show today, they can look at how some of the state institutions, state-owned institutions, especially the one way supposed to run as enterprises or businesses, how them over the years don't operate, some don't fall as a result of several factors. And those things, remember, reports have emerged, Auditor General's report. You see the reports there? This Auditor General's report, it don't capture a whole lot over the years. And this is a 2024 version. So all of these, plus other studies and surveys where other institutions don't put together, don't indicate clearly that there's a whole lot of problem with state enterprises, state-owned enterprises, with all results to them not being able to self-sustain and they alive. So we can compare them one and they shortly and see how best some of them don't thrive and some of them don't fail and why some of them fail. We'll talk to some people who can bring you into perspective into this conversation shortly. A motivational message first for you in the show this morning. Here it says institutional reforms are often measured not by announcements or policies alone, but by their consistency, credibility, and impact on public trust. Trust, even a relationship, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, boyfriend and girlfriend first they start. Who say trust not they forget it. That relationship is doomed, is bound to be doomed. So trust is the ultimate. So when you do institutional reforms, you do whatever it is, you put certain measures in place for, not to just for announce them, not to just for let you put the policies in place, but not for let you forget the trust between the people where you put certain institution and the reforms process where you do. With the one then we suppose for benefits from the end goal of that institution or the reforms where they take place. So this is the issue where surround some of the state institutions. I'll take you through some of the entities, basically where something over the years. Let's just do some little bit of comparative analysis. Let's take Sierratel for example. You see Sierratel used for be called until some 1 week or 2 weeks ago where President Julius Maada Bio officially received the first SIM card where Sierratel and Africell merge for give life back to the state-owned telecommunications company. Sierratel used for run the gateway for fiber optic and internet and landline services across Salone. Where they talk about telephone business, land phone, no more than they operate. Then call on CDMA. Then SIM card, you need to use on any other phone. They able to use them and customize. Nobody will ever tell me say they ever use your cell number when on WhatsApp. It has never happened because now CDMA they use not to GSM. GSM it's technical. Mr. Sef, if I have to explain, I go confuse you. So long get to that one day. So Sierratel used for operate, they use for handle the gateway for internet at this country until Salcab came. Where Ibrahim Kagbo, Dr. Ibrahim Ben Kagbo, Alhaji Ibrahim Ben Kagbo, sorry, land the first, under in administration as Minister of Information, land the first fiber optic cable now, Atlantic, outside Chapter 1, this right now. Now it is called Zood Labs. So then liberalize the gateway. All these opportunities were with Sierratel. But Sierratel was a state-owned enterprise. Was it that now the people who then put the including the board, the management, where politically, now politician and the presidents, and they put in interest, not to by Uda Sabi or whatever it is, or it is about the continuous interference into the entity that makes Sierratel fall, for example. So Sierratel fall for years, even since the Ernest Bai Koroma era to the Julius Maada Bio era, until a couple of weeks ago, Sierratel has been defunct, it not be the woke. Now it has been privatized. Kind of now, together with Africell, they are merging. Look at the event held at the Miata Conference Center just a couple of weeks ago. Now that's Sierratel for you. You go to the Sierra Leone Road Transport Corporation, SLRTC, back then. Now, due to an act of parliament some 1 or 2 years ago, SLRTC now don't change to SLPTA, Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority. Now, instead of operating public transport, now then a regulator, and then they give license to order for operate buses and public transport generally, the route way for use and how you for use them and all that thing and they. That's now SLPTA, not SLRTC anymore. SLRTC, you see them buses there, so government be don't buy plenty buses. I remember there was a time where government been take loan or whatever from EcoBank and buy some 50 buses, then been take some money somewhere, then buy plenty buses. Then buses then they right now you go to SLRTC compound na Ferry Junction, PWD, na graveyard of buses with all the millions of dollars where government spend for buy huge amounts of buses. So SLRTC, where are they today? As a result now, they don't change them. They not they operate transport anymore. Left under the private sector there. And then you go to EDSA. EDSA come out of NPA, National Power Authority. Remember NPA? In fact, some people turn on an NPA then they call them. Turn on an NPA then they call them. They don't even get accustomed to the new name, EDSA. Imagine since then transform from NPA to EDSA. So NPA been born two picking them. EDSA, Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, and EGTC, when an electricity generation and transmission company. So EGTC more or less, now then they buy, and then they get the power, and then they generate the electricity, sell and give EDSA. EDSA more or less like you name, distribution and supply. Now in and therefore, now then they sell the lights to me and you two, the final consumers. So you see that building where you see so, and then I see Stevens, that the headquarters down there. And I EDSA the headquarters. EGTC the headquarters they somewhere around King Tom. Usai Susan 4 and the other German machine them, the office them there. So that's NPA for you. Today, we consider now for even privatize EDSA for that. There was a proposal quite recently emerged, say government they plan for privatize EDSA. Imagine them, we don't privatize them for so. Government they plan for privatize them again. Because EDSA is still being organized. You already appoint order for one EDSA or whatever it is. It's still from the politicians. So, that reminds me again of the SLBC. SLBC used to be called SLBS. Remember in 2010 by Act of Parliament, SLBS by the time, Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service, being joined with UN Radio, United Nations Radio, for form a corporation. Corporation supposed to be a standalone entity. We're supposed to be able for generating your money for himself or run himself. But the idea where they been set up the entity for never worked. So today, it started during the Ernest Bai Koroma era, where in fact, the government they pay SLBC staff salary, and the government they do almost everything. If government not give SLBC money, SLBC not the one. An entity where they established by law supposed to operate on their own. The same with the EDSA and the likes. So you go also to Guma Valley Water Company. Remember, under the Abu Bangura era as chairman for Privatization Commission, then privatize Guma. Guma na the sole entity where they supply water to Meyitu na Freetong and nearby communities. If Guma not there, water na problem. Now we only cry. Me na treat them for the week, now they get water. Sometimes they say that treat them for the weekday. Now just few hours. No more the water they run for. You go tell you say pipe burst and that this that. Now the same Meyitu. Salomon there. Now we they run it. Now we they run Guma. Now we they damage the property them. Now we they this. Now we they that. So, Guma has been privatized, but still, see how Guma is struggle, eh? We got a whole lot of these entities. You get the likes of Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, you get Rokel Commercial Bank. In fact, there was a point in time where, Rokel Commercial Bank, for instance, there was a time where they're almost being collapsed until, I think it was 2013 thereabout, where NASIT, the National Social Security and Insurance Trust, built this bank. NASIT been bailed them out. It saved them for letting them not collapse. Remember, this local commercial bank used to be called Barclays Bank. Now, Papa, the money they all be the day. Then transformed to local commercial bank, a state-owned bank, semi-state-owned bank. Government get plenty of them state-owned enterprise there, so we know they function very well. You get the National Petroleum, NP. Now check NP. NP is largely privately owned, if not entirely owned right now. NP, National Petroleum. Little to talk about state lottery, Sierra Leone state lottery. In fact, Lotto, that's what we call a Lotto. Today, they like today. What's that Lotto day? The one where they run state lottery, Sierra Leone state lottery, the head office, now they you get audit service, and then you have ECSL na Tawail. Then get a whole building. The person will be the one and best for Bonskoka. Now, the Mao they run operations, then they head operations now Mercury International. So, Lotto, eventually later on, they merged with one of their other private betting companies. Is it Elephant Bet or so? And where are they? Who said they elect today? Lotto is nowhere. Sierra Leone State Lottery. All of these entities, government don't pour plenty money. But when you come to the private entity, just take for example, Sierratel be the compete at the time with Comium, Celtel. They are a private company, then the way government know they give them money. Then depend on the business where they run, the income where they generate for run themselves. Then you get a state entity there, so where then they make profit and they make small profit because the end game for what they do not service, ordinary service. They're not supposed to make profits where they suffer the people. Then they provide services more or less. But that service where they provide supposed to come with some amount of money people they pay for they forget the service in return, not for free. So that money then they generate from me too, they're supposed to use that for run themselves, for sustain. And government over time don't pour plenty money in their entity there, but still remain the same problem as they always don't pose as burden on the state. Competition, the one way they compete with the private sector, then they continue for thrive and sustain. Celtel transform to Airtel to Zeno, or then they don't come to Orange. So Africell has been there since 1930. Unlike Comium and Tigo and Datatel, we collapse. So most of these entities, they don't stand the test of time. But why we state-owned enterprise they're not able to stand the test of time is a question. For which I will talk to Oswald Ansels, we call him the guru for short. Over time, is man we get a vast experience on governance. They can give you some historical perspective. And Van Dijk, well, we will look more or less at how the state interfere into some of these operations of the state entities. We make them not done they meet up to these expectations. But first though, remember earlier I mentioned the President Julius Maada Bio, they celebrating birthday, yesterday na being birthday. So he decided for hold some discussions with some young people. These are the second edition of that kind of meeting in Kuala and I'll use the big term. The old Dakar meeting day, an engagement with young leaders from across Africa who decided they meet for discuss leadership with the president at Bintumani International Conference Center. I bring the young people there also together for develop them, voice them from across the continent and get a conversation centered around leadership, youth empowerment, and the future of this continent, Africa. This gathering and say emphasize on the need for young people and for move from the margin to the table, for them at the side and for coming at the table and get national discussions and decision-making processes across the country. Rabia Tumansare, they at that conference, they cover them for Slick TV, and we're going to report before we go into the conversation proper shortly.
President Julius Maada Bio celebrating birthday with youth them. Not to inside one fancy celebration, but behind closed door, so I get one-on-one conversation with them. Inside a special presidential engagement where Aisha Sise Naim moderates, the president responds to question on leadership, governance, and the future of young people in the country. During the conversation, President Bio talked about the kind of difficult thing we go through at a very early age. He says something will help him for be a better person today.
With maturity and responsibility, the youth, given the opportunities, can also rise to that occasion. That is why I have never hesitated in challenging them to be part of what I'm doing and to mentor at the same time. So for me, it's not an experience. Well, all the issues you've been talking about, these are things I have done myself when I was only a youth. So there are responsibilities that are focused, and these are the ones that you challenge. And so they serve as an example for the rest of society.
This engagement here also form part of the broader convergence we bring together young leaders, policymakers, activists, and development voices across Africa under one platform for discuss youth-driven solution in Africa in future. The events feature two major panel discussions. The first one will focus on youth mandate, potential and power, and the second one will talk about rising with purpose for youth them. Keynote speakers then come up from countries like Nigeria, Ethiopia, and the Commonwealth, where them join the conversation on mentorship, leadership, and opportunities for young Africans. First Lady, where they deliver in keynote address, he asks one question about which kind of Africa where we want, and who that's for Bilam. He said President Julius Maada Bio don't get rank to tine we get for deal with youth in the country, that make youth man enough for hang again a corner, therefore sit on this turn at the table, who side themselves for take part by decision making.
For too long, there has been a disconnect between generations, a space where young people feel unheard, a space where experience is not always shared. But we do not need a divide, we need a dialogue.
The atmosphere inside the conference hall change with more energetic power, as Monica Johnson can give one message through poetry about how youth man enough for wait say tomorrow, now them for take action for leadership and change.
The youth that are too inexperienced to rule, to lead, to make decisions. But tell me, how can we measure experience in a generation that survives a system that wasn't designed for them?
President Julius Maada Bio self-back give assurance as to how he wants me youth man than day before and be part of Africa's transformation and future development. This dialogue here so now the second edition of the Africa Young Leaders Convergence, one platform winner for dialogue, reflection, and collaboration on youth-centered development across the continent. Sleek Television, Rabiatu Mansaye.
And welcome now, Vandi Kone, winner, former chairman for National Commission for Persons with Disability. So I also get Oswald Hansels, we call him the guru for short. He don't serve in various capacities. He also work at the Anti-Corruption Commission, where they regulate, prevent, and control and fight against corruption at the country. Gentlemen, welcome to the Today Show Breakfast. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oswald, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here.
Are we speaking English or
Creole? Creole they talk, sir.
Good.
Salomon they talk to, sir.
Good.
I'm glad for you there, sir.
Yes.
Vandi Kone, myself, it's nice seeing you again.
Yes, don't you, eh?
The white here, the show power.
Yes, it is show hard time. They show challenges.
All right, so last time with you, Oswald, this issue of state-owned enterprises crumbling or not thriving, or not then they survive, not only stand the test of time. Let's take, for example, now the broadcast entity was already there. They like today, a lot of people they cry down the state-owned broadcaster for another move where you compare the trend in which private media, even the one that we carried yesterday, don't take faster pace for even grow. These private entities don't receive subvention or support from the state, whereas the states they put huge amount of copper, I don't want to say huge amount, they put copper yearly in the state-owned enterprises, even though the private and state-owned media then they generate same revenue from the same population. From you, why you think this is a problem till date? Some in fact don't collapse, they don't exist anymore. Some where they exist, they struggle.
You want to make go to the root problem, yes. Or no they shake the leaf from or yes. Then the roots go come back
historical perspective.
The reality what we get in a salon now with politics. For one, I watched some interview of Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, the former Attorney General and Justice Minister in the government of former President Ernest Bai Koroma. Then talk say one day the former president talk. And then the former president say legal, it's the power where you get now this presidency. If Kafri come, bad person come, we don't money.
What do you mean?
That is the core of our problem. The president in power, not like God. And not like when you take the long-term executive monarchies then, wouldn't they control anything. And not like you, they cut you head. And like you, they give you boku money.
But the supremacy of the presidency, not to Salono Moide, they're all over the world.
No,
whereas Sierra Leone, we own a different case. Other people they go before.
It's not all over the world. The only way other systems they don't survive, they don't thrive, like Singapore, like even China, is because they get checks and balances.
Well, we safeguard.
We get on paper. Now the president, then they appoint almost all the senior public officials, ministers, heads of parastatals, head of agencies. And the significance here is that other countries, they will get a good private sector. When if you do not the private sector, you can ignore government and you still go up, you still make money. Here, if you don't have private sector, then they squeeze you. You don't get contract.
But in the case of state-owned enterprises, government don't set up the entity there. So government they pour money there. What do you expect government to do? Let government find the hands of people away. They're not just trust for regulate or for control.
You want drag me go to technicality. We're not going to work. The reality is that the people, the masses, where they vote then government. Even in the first instance, the masses that way they go sit down. Jagabanga meeting today, you dance. Dr. Abraham Bangura get meeting. President de Goya Nakono, you dance, like say you crazy. You have to ask questions. How you don't manage waiting Agiyu today over the past 8 years? How you manage waiting Agiyu between 2007 and 2018? Give me a detailed report card. And where they talk about detailed report card, and then they talk something esoteric, superfluous. Now the law, the Access to Information Act mandates all from State House, ministries, department, agencies, if you talk what you depend in detail. If you talk what you be want to do,
transparency,
and for talk what you don't do. Now, the masses, the ordinary people, therefore be taught, you within our media, all on a company within our media, una therefore put pressure on the masses for teach them. Let them say, when you sit down, you dey watch government after government, they thief you money. Now you self you they do. Now I make this analogy. In just like say, with a rebel can, then cut hand, then cut food, then cut head, then burn hose, they open belly, woman belly. When they don't do no more, they can't meet you again. But we don't do all this now for now, we don't can do it. But bullet don't do now we are now. Cutlass not sharp again. When I can't give them money no buy bullets. When I can't sharp cutlass for we. So when the people keep on blindly supporting political parties without asking questions, the people are like giving bullets to the rebels during a rebel war. Now you self they do. For now, the people then they fool themselves that it doesn't matter. Things not go change. That is a big lie.
But when you talk about political interference, you have to consider, say, some of them, not even some of, most of them, they're state-owned enterprises there. So they establish them as social service delivery entities or agencies. So more or less, they're not supposed to charge or get money from the populace. We're exorbitant enough for suffer them all.
What's your name?
Patrick Salia.
Salia, you did talk theory, you did talk technicality. Not theory and technicality from Shakasiri in time, who maybe in the school and the university. I was in the university in 1977 when a student uprising came. Then don't make Shakasiri actually the APC time, actually surge, move forward the private government enterprises, control of the economy. We can get the National Insurance Company, then we get the National Trading Company. And say, then they bring things and come. Then they charge me boku. What to do? Now for bring things and come, then we serve bring and come. where Union Trust Bank is, there used to be the National Trading Company. Then they sell butter, sugar, everything. So the main thing is that then they put them cronies, them family, them party, what we call today, now we own them for chop. APC come, then chop boku. Whereas APC come, and put your own partisans then they, and put your own tribesman then they, your own regional mates then they. But now we own them for chop. If you talk, what in this man they talk about? You know how make now self belows?
But if you put somebody who is an expert for one some of their entity then they, even if na it's obvious you have to put somebody who you trust for like run the entity then they. Government they put plenty money and eventually then company then state-owned enterprise and they run into loss and turn out to be burden again on the state. And money where government for spend per other utility services or basic necessities, government they take them money then they back put some by the same entity.
Sila, listen. The people now then get the power. Now then they give the power to the politicians.
And they don't give power to the politicians don't take somebody or some people for head certain entities.
Yes, NIC,
leadership counts a lot.
Yes, Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, they don't give them power there. And the people then feel to say, whether you're an NIC chairman or managing director, you're Sierra Leone Commercial Bank chairman or managing director, or you're part of the board, or you're NRA, Commissioner General, or you're part of the board of NRA, it only matters if the people stand up, rise up, and say, the thief don't do. But as long as the people then feel to say, me come out bonds, because I come out bonds, me come in bondsman and managing director of Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, that means it benefits me? No, it is not benefiting you. It is benefiting less than 1% of people from bonds. The 99% are suffering. The people must be taught that you are victimizing yourself. You just suffer. And also you angry no more. You were an adult too. Look where they begin and they dance in school. Every especially this dry season. Dance, parade, where they think that they gladdy. You know nothing they can make, I can almost want cry with gladdy. Every child where you see so, it hopes it go turn engineer, doctor, medical doctor, agriculturist tomorrow. And it go better tomorrow. But the reality is that except the people rise up and fight against the rottenness in the system, now they don't begin and they do. You begin and get no job without not get quality education. You cannot get quality education if the teacher is being paid old leon 1 million leons, new leons 1,000. It's impossible. The teacher not go eat, he not go able for buy medicine, he not go able for pay rent, when he can't na money in the school, he angry, he worry, and your child will not get quality education. If you don't stand up and say, hey, what did happen at NIC? You know what did happen at National Insurance Company? You don't know. You know the details of what happened at Sierratel when run down, and what are the details of the deal with Africell. You who are educated, you who are in the media, you don't know. The people must insist that they know what is happening.
Vandy Cornell, I'll speak to the issue of autonomy. The entity there, so where governments or the states set up, they're supposed to run not entirely on their own, but almost on their own. And therefore, either go source revenue for themselves, generate income or profit, wait for help for operate themselves. How much is it of a problem in terms of autonomy? Well, I follow, for example, in your case, repeatedly, you talk about interference into your administration when you need to be chairman for Persons with Disability Commission. But much of your activity as well, we also depend on largely government support, government financing, instead of una entity them while going out for source funding for run the operations of una entities. How much is it of an importance for run an entity of the state in that kind of manner day with autonomy?
Well, generally, nobody no independent in life. Neither any institution, even governments, are not absolutely independent. But please forgive my manner. Let me first join you to congratulate His Excellency on a bad day yesterday. Papa Adu, and I hope that this bad day particularly will able be a review moment, because bad days are not just to celebrate, they are moment also to reflect on where we are coming from and how best we prepare ourselves to another years ahead. And we wish him a very prosperous years ahead. And we believe that disability issues will be as a priority on the agenda, because it's important that as a father, when you have two children, you have the one we know well, you get the one we well. The one we know well, you for more pay attention to because of a critical situation. So as a father and even a wife, that is what I have been saying, that we have to pay attention to see that people with disabilities in our society for far too long, over and over and over and again, that their situation has not been addressed. So we want to take this opportunity that let this birthday celebration be a declaration for attention to them. So congratulations, Dad and Mom. Coming to your question, as I say, independency actually, I brought terms, nobody know independence, but the idea of establishing the institutions and therefore ensure, say, certain rules and responsibilities they perform without any due interference from the colonial method of doing it. Otherwise, there is no need to establish some of the agencies.
How you define interference?
Yes. What do I mean?
I guess you refer to political interference.
Yes.
How you define interference?
Yeah, in fact, interference, as I say, independence, no clear, but interference, for instance, if this particular, okay, in our case, disability issues far too long been under Ministry of Social Welfare, but the country, the government, the people, everybody, and including Minister of Social Welfare, agree that there is a need to have an institution we're going to look at that particular sector, because this ministry overwhelmed.
Through consistent advocacy by SLUDI, it was established.
Exactly, because this particular ministry overwhelmed, that time they get the children's issues, the women's issue, the Hajj issues, the interreligious issues, so on and so forth. So there's a need for a separate body, wholly and solely where they look into these affairs. And they pass at law, and this particular body, they make a law, say, they do X, Y, Z. But that don't mean, say, you wait, it come up from you, when not they work. Then they define them, say, your role. You continue for follow up, because now you don't bond this particular agency. They continue for follow up in strive and in sustainability, in survival one. X, Y, Z now you rule. One of the things are, anytime where a leader come out today, you can recommend, then the president among which they agree on who that they will save. Then after that, any other things where you want to do on that particular matters, you consult, because the commission expect for get technical people who are knowledgeable about that particular field. So in the event, because people don't sabi you for that job, in the event that you want to do that kind of job anywhere, or you go anywhere as a ministry, anywhere, you want to do anything, the law say, consult them, so they go back you up, give you more ideas how to go about them. They make them. And you know the law where they say shall, that means say they tell you say
must.
They say shall. And they tell you say, okay, if whatever you do also you will work with this particular sector. So that means say your role now, they don't put her now clear that they play also facilitation and collaborative role. Now it make also that say, even though you're a ministry where you present the case na cabinet, the case na parliament, is about you self as a ministry, you the get representative inside the very commission as a board. That means you say they constitute the commission itself. Bring your own idea, they also, so that when they work together, it's about working together for produce a good result. But waiting we don't realize, of course, my own case, I see and clear that instead of playing a supportive supervision role, it's like a dictatorial supervision role that, hey, Mr. Man, today I want this your wheelchair for my twist so. Otherwise, I not go agree or you not go pass so. If not so it be, you should not want make it pass so. If I say, hey, sir, you know this, don't just clean the wheelchair, I go for fix it up, I go for do. No. I say make you do so at so time. I don't want to hear what you want to say or I don't want to know what you want to do. So that kind of thing, and it go frustrates even the workers or the leadership of the institution.
But you also mentioned earlier, you get institutional checks and balances. Almost every institution, if not all, gets those mechanisms, those structures.
So now I tell you initially, I say there is no proper independence everywhere in the world. You say we sit there, you know, independent.
Yes.
Not so?
Absolutely.
But the only thing we need for also give some space for other people their own strength for make it grow up, their own idea for prevail. So in terms of sustainability, politically, the sustainability is highly critical. That is necessary, but is impeding. It disturb the growth. Then I want to say because sustainability of institution it is by different layers.
But being told waiting for do or being directed waiting for do, not even stop the flow of resources or funding wait for go to that entity there or the entity itself generating its own revenue for able to keep them alive. So how interference alone for bring down an institution, for make an institution collapse?
It would be because if you disagree or if you slow down to cooperate on what you are saying, the next thing that the next party waiting say, they get proxy authority over you, they do. Now for start for whisper among the side where you for go raise your income. Say, it's not necessary for me to give resources to XYZ institution or persons or people or where they within because they are not even follow up my order, my means. And as so president say I for do so. And you know that the sooner they tell you party say this you own this possible you want me party business with and not look correct. If you papa or you elder brother, let me say you elder brother, go to your friend and tell her say this you party business where you get with Patrick, you for be careful. Patrick, the kind where they behave now self we say no like him. So you get for take time how they work with Patrick. Patrick, in fact, not even good for talk to people. Patrick, not even good for money business or Patrick, this money issue where they talk about. Patrick, not even good so. So if you get any money business, we are not deal with Patrick. You understand?
By the way, not to so particularly the way they mentioned.
Exactly. No, I'm just telling you.
No, don't go ahead, no more.
I just tell you, say how that will affect this your financial sustainability because you get for get a morale for go attract customers, for go attract partnership and get the resources and can do your job so that the service will go to the people. But if the initially from the political top that don't they begin to affect it, they go through, and when they go through it, they disturb. It will also spread, say, then will also go again to Patrick in Pekin also. After a while, I don't pull Patrick to in
generations.
Yes, I'll go to Patrick in Pekin. That is service provider say, when I sit down, Patrick, in fact, 4 million leons they will forgive to Patrick folder. But Patrick, anytime I can call Patrick for make Patrick no come so and so a poor Patrick them say, Patrick na they make una no better. Patrick they make una no better. Because una better one already na Patrick and in fact if Patrick they carry way that behave not to so you don't behave, they una don't better. Like you don't so if I don't put you give scholarship.
And then you expect the people to believe that easy?
Exactly, because it just like when you picking then a house. If he hungry, then post he can't get bread, it talks say papa or Patrick, what do you expect from that picking? If you picking then a house, he hungry. Then post he can't get and say, look bread, say papa or what do you expect from that picking? Automatically you will say papa or for me receive the bread. You understand? So as a result of that, the sustainability it be disturbed. So the independency of them institution there in hamper. So we really need to go on the drawing board and see that when we set up a new institution, or when we set up a separate institution, we get a clear roles and responsibility. Even though
always clear.
It's clear, but it's
the rules and responsibilities.
Yes, but
always
let there be orientation on it. Because what also I don't observe that it's about
orientation to who that?
The people there who they put. For instance, if you can put me now, say I'm in charge of Slick Corner, come there in charge of this particular radio station. This radio station, you get other big radio station we connect to. Then simultaneously you appoint somebody, say you in charge of that big show, you in charge of this small radio station. You not even discuss with you, just say, look the radio station manual, when I work on them. But you need to bring the people together.
Make expertise, they look for expertise for one certain entities?
Yeah. That's the reason why expertise.
And you mentioned Amalia.
Yes.
So what's in the aspect of orientation?
If you have expertise on one side, then you have the non-expertise who is politically grounded, politically manipulated and the like. With that expertise, it go disturbing because the expertise go this way, but this one in from the bedroom, if you don't already take a decision, say the kind where this expertise they go, you know, go give me income, or you go make it go slow. Your speeches where they go make it quite different than how they would say. Because me don't tell the people they say today we can't supply them for inside my side, we can't supply a wheelchair. The expertise say we get for take the measurement first and look at the size and look at if this particular wheelchair not going to disturb the disability or not going to add more on the disability so and so forth. Then the person goes maybe tell them say 8 o'clock we can't supply the wheelchair. And if we shall park here as give them the journalists they can video there is all it all come on my political trade. So this buyer I not think say it ready for work with me. Okay. So that expertise issue it will be automatically rendered vulnerable. So that could tell on the institutions. So there is this need. Otherwise, what I think say instead of we create the institutions why can't just have them as department or unit and their ministries then? You see, it will be more work if we have it as department or unit and the ministry, that we have them as standalone agencies. Mm-hmm. Because when we have it as standalone, still it doesn't make sense. So unless we have to make it sensible.
Okay. Also, you agree with some say rather than having some of these entities stand alone, let me get them rather as units. Let's say, for example, when we talk about EDSA earlier. EDSA, there is a proposal for privatize and further. It used to be EDSA and EGTC used for be NPA. So now, if we say we privatize EDSA further, it means it not be even make sense for privatize NPA. Because the problem will be the get at the time about electricity kind of still they continue. First in terms of the supply and availability, and then in terms of the income and losses where they put on government. Today we talk about government owing car powership millions of dollars in arrears, whereas people they pay for the electricity services, even though TIF also then they report them plenty. But do we actually need some of these entities standing alone on their own rather than serving more or less as units under certain areas? You agree with them or disagree?
The point is, I don't write that before, I don't talk on television before. We need a peaceful revolution in order to prevent a bloody revolution.
Meaning?
It means, we went through a very successful political phase of a political party, the APC. They were very successful as a political party. They coerced the SLPP into non-existence. 1977, maybe they call it, we'll grab, we'll say, Shaka Stephen, they will make an election. They sent thugs and paramilitary police, they won by landslide. So they were successful. And then the SLPP members accepted, the English word is capitulated to the thuggery of the APC. It's not we all can chop. So SLP members, they can inside government, ABC, they're all the chop. So and a lot of the people supported it. Then they danced to it. Holla! Then it got to a point wherein when the war started in Liberia, and then it came in here to Sierra Leone, the army did not have guns, did not have boats, did not have anything. And the whole system crumbled. A coup took place. That coup, the nastiness of our war, cut hand, cut foot, open belly, woman, then belly, before be a lesson for us. So we for change the whole system. We for make a radical U-turn against corruption.
So you mean more or less by that the creation of more of these entities, a form of laundering money through these entities?
Laundering money, patronage, and a thief. But the important point here is that we call them democracy. It has never been democracy since 1968, since 1996. Democracy means then parastatal there, then government agency, then suppose for the work. But when the people, they support a few people, they thief the money, eventually, and this is important, peaceful revolution, or you got a bloody one. Eventually, when them bobo them, then titi them, they come out school, then now they get work, then now they get eat. You see, when picking 18 years, they getting small girlfriend, so they go to manage the pala. They lay down na room. Wait on 25, sometimes they go down born picking, and now go lay down a pala again, in 7 8 space. What if you not get work for do? What if you get 10,000, 20, 30, 100,000 of them young people there? No work that they for do. You don't see Okada them, Keke there. They can park, right? Wouldn't they park so? They not get nothing. They never work the whole day. They don't get money. So when young people keep on growing, they are hungry, they are angry. Anybody can kill them gone.
So even with the creation of them plenty institutions here, you just say unemployment or underemployment still remain a problem, whereas the entities created for solve the problems continue for the malfunction.
The point is that if the people call meeting and say, maybe in a small area, maybe in a district, can't tell we how you don't manage Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, can't tell we how you don't manage Rokel Commercial Bank, can't give we the details, or we're not going to support you politically. Then the president, the parliamentarians, then go stop for allow the stealing for continue. But as long as the people, the masses say SLPP in a power, we Southeast, now we in the support. We go support them whether they're thief or they're not thief. We APC in a power and say now we the Northerners, and we now the West, now we in therefore, whether they're thief or not thief. As long as the people support the politicians, no matter what they do, then the politicians have no incentive for manage well them government entities they are. It is not the government entities, the technicalities. No, put somebody. You can put the cleverest of people than they. The most honest. I was in the NRA 2003 when it started. John Karimo, Dr. John Karimo, was there. He's one of the most fastidious bureaucrats that we don't ever meet. Now, Liberia, Nigeria, where I don't live. What do I mean by that? This is one person whom we don't work with, absolutely one. If you write, like me so like Boko write 4-page memo to him. He could take line by line, he used to use the turquoise pen. They make comment. This, this, that. 2003, 2004, 2005, zero tolerance for corruption. He insisted on that. Then the politician then come, they say election, they come, we want money. Then the standards started going down. The board was not doing what it was supposed to do because the politicians were apparently putting pressure on the board. So it is not the government...
On the board for waiting. Supports the campaign financially?
Financially. So they allowed those who were stealing to steal.
So that they will support the campaign financially?
Yes, so they will support the governing party.
And that still they continue for exist till date. Every election, close to every election here, you get then state enterprise there so where they get certain amount of money where they're supposed to raise for fund the party within governance at the time for support the campaign.
Yes, that is why you see...
meaning at them period and they start?
Up to them period and they start. It has always been like that. It's the people, the commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Ben Kalfala, who calls himself educated in one of the top educational institutions in the United Kingdom and the United States. After we don't win a lot of laurels from 41% to 71% in the Corruption Transparency International ranking, in talks about a couple of months ago, and say that what did they happen? And so we forget a death penalty for serious corruption, especially in the revenue sector. The man that will talk after 8 years and can't talk, so get death penalty. If the law then will exist against corruption, if them they work, that is the core problem. If you they reward man with a thief, are you the reward them with a thief? You say, don't try, you. Look, I don't build 3 years. The one way not thief, you say, you're not serious. Not crazy increase. Now they not get blessed himself. So if you, the people, they reward that, that means also money they come out for pay you teacher them, for now you picking land good, now you don't allow a few man there for thief. Also for get doctor them good training. And then the doctor that you pay them, how you going to pay doctor equivalent of $800, someday the $500. The man they go America, right? You go earn that $500 day in 2 or 3 days. They only run away, go America, or United Kingdom, go Canada. So you don't allow a few people then for thief the money. The doctors that are well paid, the doctors then run away. So when you get a medical problem, you begin for run left and right. You never get money for go Ghana. You never get money for sending you mama or papa go South Africa. If mama and papa die, and die at 60 years of age, 40, when you're supposed to live 90 years of age. So now you don't help for kill you, mama. What are they talk so? Now just words that they use. Media appeal. All them politicians. SLPP, APC, when I put money, then we do drama. So them, then people don't understand about your streets. Then they walk. Now Wilberforce Street, rain and sun, then they under the place and they work from morning to night. Then they cook them cookery. 3 o'clock they don't grab. I know one cookery woman, they near me. 3 o'clock in the morning you don't grab. 6 o'clock you don't go put in cookery in a door. Our ordinary people are working, but then they support them one day with the thief money and not the work. So the government agencies, whether National Insurance Company, where the man, now you they talk this now in the introduction, say now graveyard.
SLITC.
Yes, graveyard. What you do? It happened under former President Ernest Koroma regime. The thing they rotten. It happened now. Waka fine boss. So what in you? When they call meeting na Kono, na Moyamba, na Bombali, what do you say to the politician? You talk anything? You the dance, you the dance, you the dance for your picking in power. You the dance for when your mommy they can't die. Tell me, how to Chris now?
Vandy, this issue where you mentioned earlier around having some of the entity there so more or less existing or operating as units instead of standalone entities, rather, you feel say that is the sure way for go. But in terms of ideas, a lot of the people where they appoint or give some of them job there so suppose for coming in with their own ideas or rather inject new engine into the entire system. But it's the other way around. Rather than they come, even when they come with idea, it's a problem. That's their idea, then they sink down well with the entity where they come for Caron.
Why I say that it's not that they need the relevancy for make them entity that they exist is not important. But what it is, see, if the entities then we all agree as a nation, as whatever, we agree that let those entities be established, may they operate, for may they able achieve the goal that they desire to. Then if other interference they come up from the side where they be done the activities be done the inside, then they try for undermine on this. Then why was the need for it? So
in essence, you say for dissolve some of the entities then they instead of government continue for they spend more money, where the entities they supposed to rather generate revenue
because
on their own.
For instance, my own commission.
So why they supposed for continue for the exist government they waste more money on them?
For instance,
that's what you're saying in essence.
Exactly. For instance, the commission that I was leading, the Disability Commission, they need it essential. In fact, there are other school of thought that have been calling that there's a need to have its own ministry so that it will be direct than have whatever. Because as it is now, the whole provinces and the offices are all done close. You understand?
The Disability Commission?
All since I left there, all the provinces, all offices don't close.
Because they go for pay rent, and then rents and they come out from government subventions or subsidies or whatever it is. Then go for pay staff, and they get operational costs.
And the closer what I mean, it don't mean say they are government they still pay. Government they still pay, but there are no staff there, they they function. And government still they pay for those offices still.
Government pay rent?
Yes.
So meaning waste of state resources.
Now they tell you so. Even now in Freetown here, where you go, you see that the activities as it is now. What are you seeing? You are not seeing not much because the undue interference will remove me. The other person will come. So it will learn a lesson that maybe cooperate too. And the way for cooperate, my job be quiet. And the way mondo I collect as you done. You understand? Meaning that the services not go reach there. So, but so the government now, money every budget they come say. This disability issues, we don't allocate this budget and to this particular commission. Where is it that went down to the people? When I inherit that commission, Patrick, I they talk openly, I they talk in a bedroom. Anybody can object me. I not meet a single A4 paper where they not type on a yet. Neither I meet a single loan in the account. It was because of the capacity we are getting.
We don't get two chairman of the commission before. Mr. Kamara, of blessed memory now.
Yes.
And then the likes of...
no, Mr. Kamara not died now. Tao Collins.
Okay, Tao Collins. And then
Tao Collins of blessed memory.
Yes.
Mr. Kamara, we don't exist.
Yes, Mr. Kamara.
Yeah, we don't serve. And in fact, Mr. Kamara at the time, I was a regional commissioner in South.
Yes.
It was well. And I'll call him, but what here?
So meaning the commission not be done the operate, not be done they do nothing.
Well, I don't want to go there.
Because if you say you don't meet anything, and this has been the trajectory of them MDAs, government ministries and departments and agencies, including the state-owned enterprise they also. Where one person they left. Where one person they left, they always claim say not be meet anything and all. It's the same thing with APC and SLPP. Yeah, they not meet anything just for fair way for escape responsibility and accountability.
I am not talking politics. I'm talking as a technocrat in that field. Honestly, not a joke. I just tell you about sustainability is how it can be affected. You understand? Because even the one way we get your own challenges with the ministry equally.
Freddy Kamara or Tao Collins?
No, not Tao Collins now be replaced. Now Now be replaced.
Yes.
Of course, you know, say Frederick Camara time it get issue with severe blighting. More and around that. So I'll call it we get issue with their summer. Corner we get issue with Meros. You see how the things can disturb the sustainability we talk about. But as I say, single pen anomid. But when I enter there, because of the abilities or the, of course, you talk to somebody with technocrats, they fight for me rule the center. And at that time to now, of course, I share in the public what I achieve, and I only serve properly in 6 months' time because they appoint me and they serve me letter of appointment in May.
Rather the shortest lived commissioner.
Exactly.
Chairman.
They serve me a letter of appointment in May. So they approve me in June. So June to December, now I do a lot of things. From January, they start dragging me back. I know that.
What will be the potential avenue for generate income or revenue for the commission, for example? Because this is a problem where we talk about state-owned enterprises now also. There are people that they see from outside say this is the potential for generate revenue for run the entities, for keep the entities running, for sustain them. But eventually you begin wonder how did they fail, how did they collapse?
The disability commission or the disability system within the governance circle is one of the strategic side. If really we have the will power upon it, it can able to generate, not to say income generating activities of it.
It is not, yes.
But it can able to generate because the law they also where they levied fines. These days, if I was writing articles about the mining sectors, because the mining sector they create disability. So if we can negotiate that the mining sector forget the mining agreement is 30% for address disability issues could be one of the strategic side for raise income. The road traffic system could raise income because any side where they create disability issues, that particular side, if now commercial side, there should be income that go count to the victims. And also, you know, say it's a donor sensitive area. Disability sector. It's a donor sensitive because Sierra Leone is a signatory to the UN Convention on Persons with Disabilities. So vis-a-vis treaty, Sierra Leone treaty to disability issues. So it's a donor driven. And of course, government subvention can come in. Well, we shall so on and so forth. So if actually we have the willpower upon it, that will allow them for actually with the best technocrats there for manage and run that place very well, it can able to sustain itself. Because even the people themselves where they work with, you can engage them in income generating activities. They themselves, because they are not to mortuary they run. Even though they get disabilities, but they can engage into income generating activities. Some can also go to schools and get education and contribute to the process of development of disability issues. So on and so there are diverse ways you can raise income and sustain that institutions if there's a willpower.
Political will.
Yes. Besides the subvention of government will come inside. All within that particular institution need, it need the willpower and need the best possible people to manage and run that place. That was a dimension I was taking that my back was stabbed. Because I read it before I came there and I was in the process for 30 years I've been in this circle. So I have been praying, seeing that all I needed it is the authority. And the authority is the legislation, is the law. And when I got the law, I saw that, oh, this is the best time to have this one happen. So I was reading the law to apply the law. Then the lawgiver said, no, I wrote it, but I didn't ask you to.
Usually, instead of political interference, somebody who want to disagree with both Oswald and you, say political interference, well, in the sense that the one way can tend for poke nose more into our activities, rather the infighting. Take for example, I get several case studies. Ministers and then deputies often a time don't defect. They know the see eye to eye. You know the scenarios, correct? Almost majority of the government ministries, departments, and agencies. And then other parastatals where they get director generals and then deputy. They usually know the see eye to eye, with the exception of a few entities where this now affects among themselves. As a result, the board and the management concerning the see eye to eye, the deputy and his substantive head, they're not the CI to EI. So that is not the interference of the one they were given the job.
No, that is.
And sometimes they the one they win at the substantive head, they see the one they were given the job as competitors.
That is what we call the political interference. Does not mean that the president now the most to you. No, the president had clean. I make he appoint you because he don't make a own global arrangement or declaration to the people. Say I want to achieve this. So anybody will put he want to make it achieve. You understand? The parliament will approve. They want to make it achieve. This that you call the infighting at that level between you and the immediate, either an immediate deputy or immediate supervisor or that comes in, that chaos where they come inside, that trouble where they come inside between them, and when that coming, the president know they see into it and protect the one where they down. They say the one where they meet are often because the minister go often to cabinet, go often to state house. Go often sit as the enter and say, people don't don't go put somebody in that commission. Now so alala. President that man so. Say what you go do. President me, I know able to work with that person, so and so forth. You understand? The failures they come inside. Okay. Because why the political interference, even the silence of the political will for allow these
problems to continue.
Problems will continue. Well, because if two people something they happen, for instance, in my own case. I was a statutory commissioner. If anybody bring anything to you, in some cases, when I set a committee to look into my matter, to look into the allegations, if possible, don't bring allegation against me, or when I set a commission of inquiry, that's it, for look into it and come up with the correct claim from. Well, not to that one. It was just overnight. One day I saw a paper flowing in the social media that I'll be replaced. Replaced on? Why? What have I done?
Okay. Oswald, this issue now, government they lost billions of loans to these so-called state-owned enterprises. They put up money for run the operations of the entities. Government, they bail them out. And then we don't do several test cases as a country. We don't set up plenty of them. They not only live up to expectations. But we continue for the change them, then name them from one entity to the other. I continue for reference the issue of NPA to EDSA and EGTC, because now one typical case study for why sometimes they will continue for the change names instead of actually either we don't dissolve them or we just privatize them one time. Which one we forgo with? Either dissolve them or completely privatize them. Because again, when you privatize them, the burden will fall back on the same citizens, high price, tariffs, and so much.
One of the things that we educated, we did in the media for do, then we get for go now all the tertiary institutions, even secondary school. Now for take one or two managing directors, then you take people them who don't go inside the records of that institution, NRA or Ports Authority, and then they go there, then they don't see what did not happen. I'm fortunate enough, now NRA was joined 2003 and did it until 2011. I work with people that were exceptionally honest. Sidney Godwin, we have been in the director for internal audits, exceptionally honest. Then Amadou Brahima, we have been the deputy finance director. Even if you can't anything will look like corruption, I like the Allah. And then they lock into themselves. So the personal side they can't make deal. So there are honest people in this country. The press, therefore, identify them, go find them, give them publicity, and then
most of them they tell you they don't have to get involved into they don't have to talk or let them whatever it is, politics or whatever it is. Politics don't cook into.
Well, the people, and they keep on saying
the politicians they don't look them bad eye or let them not get bad name and all of this.
The people, the mommy within Wilberforce Street, the farmer within Kailaun, we self go for go with intensity. Tell them, say, if we not change this system, few people are the thief, then they use your name for thief. SLPP, APC. Now you name them, they use for thief.
So do we need for dissolve these entities we will call state-owned enterprises? Or not just take them, just privatize them one time? Not just sell them to private entities?
No, the dissolution...
As in the case for Sierratel now, instead of just begin Giam one kind Kobala Passe, Sierratel and Africell, they don't form married, and Africell they try for bring Sierratel up to speed. Why not just decide one time Sierratel don't sell to Africell?
No,
Africell now don't own Sierratel.
No,
so that government will continue for even Abo say tomorrow will therefore put more money back into Sierratel and put more financial burden on the state.
That is not a workable solution. You know why?
Which one are the workable solution?
The workable solution is that when you privatize your government agency, your property, in the first instance, the person who will manage that transition from government to private and get access for value. So if, for example, Sierratel could be worth $1 billion in assets, and the land wouldn't get prime property.
Yes.
Now the minister will go there in charge of that transition day, $1 billion, you go sell them for $50 million. He and the buyer make a deal. Then another point where then the warn against privatization, we implicitly mean sell and give foreigner them. The foreigner where they come, and not they come for help you citizen. They come for make profit. So when you see...
But that same entity, they will be the one that the government operations also be they make profits, but even on a small one.
No, once the foreigner come in, they put the cost of the goods and services up. So the citizen therefore pay more. You can privatize them.
But what it matter once the people, for as long as the people get the quality of service.
No, the quality of service, what they talk about, should not mean lowering of the standards of the livelihood of the people. In other words, you can say, will they get water supply every day for 7 weeks, or for 1 week. Every day will they get water supply.
3 times for week.
Yes. No, up to 3 times, not 3 times for week now in some areas.
No, not 3 times for week.
Yes. But now we go make them privatize and it will be every day. But then, what if the public, they spend, if they spend about 10 leon for getting water for day, they begin to spend 50 leon for the same water. Who say they get money now?
That way, you, the citizens itself, go know how for manage. Maybe because we get them cheap from the state-owned enterprises, we know they value them, we they misuse them too much. Let's say, for example, they use one of these network operators, then system, they buy top up. The tariff, not how they grumble, the likes of Edmond Abu don't consistently deal on this in economic justice in this area. The tariff, they say they kill, all the grumble say they kill me. Even though the network problem also the one side. But when you compare to the services we will be done they get from Sierratel, if far apart.
There's another option.
If far apart. So quality of service as well.
There's another option.
What's that the option?
Me point what they make, waiting we get, when a government agency them, we can suppose forget them. The other option, now for sell, bring the capital of the people, the Sania Bacha traders, the Keke riders, you bring them capital and let the people then buy Sierratel. Somebody brought that.
Let them buy shares?
Yes.
Let them buy shares rather?
Yes.
And own them?
And own them. That idea has been floated. A Sierra Leonean based in the United States, Amadou Masale, in bring a Kenyan here, Professor Fred Koba, with the idea we then call Soniga, and said, now we sell this thing to we people, then the farmers. We go raise billions of dollars from ordinary people and let the people own it, not foreigners. That's the other option where the politician then, now parliament, not they consider. So, who now within the media, we'll get for...
They're not they consider them, or the people where they propose say them for own them, not get the resources, wait for buy the shares.
Absolutely no. Then get the resources. How then they manage Go Mecca? You know, almost millions of dollars and they pay for Go Mecca. How do they manage build and huge churches them? How do they manage very, very expensive clothes? They have the resources. But the people need to be educated.
So in essence, when they own them, then they help for manage them and control them very well.
Insist that it is managed well.
Because until when you own, you not go on for misuse them.
Yes.
So until when they give you them for free,
yes.
now they use any
yes.
carry.
But now, what did not happen in this country, with diamond, what do we get them? Maybe 3%, 4%, 5%. With rutile, with gold, we not get nothing. Then them government agencies themselves, what do we get them? A few people in the TIFAM. We can radically change that by getting us, our people, to own our own wealth. How can we do that? We have to educate the people. You know, Jagaban or Dr. Ibrahim Bangura or Dr. Monina Senge or Dr. Ali Kaba, I can meet you, say vote for me for become president. You dey tell and say, but I hear you say when the president get too much power. You go work with me now, we reduce the president in power. You go work with me now, we get them power, now we self get them, now we own them. Then for make pledges to the people.
So instead of, let's just go to the point where you drag into. Instead of these people spending these huge amounts of money the way they can put into campaigns, political campaigns, you'd rather say, why not them people they also come together, use their resources then they, and buy then some of them state-owned enterprise, or buy shares and then state-owned enterprise they also, they become Sierra Leonean owned. Not necessarily the people in Abacha or whatsoever. For as long as it is Sierra Leonean owned and it is well managed, that's the idea more or less you
partly. Part of the campaign money should be used to educate the people.
But at this same country, we wait and they say, this person here, so today, now ordinary person tomorrow, decide for going to politics, where you go into politics and begin quiz, then in small resources, then they will get, most of them, they travel go other country, then they go invest the money, then they.
Well, the reality is
remember the case of Julius Maada Bio, where them be the campaign during the time say you go get facts in Ghana. People they talk about Alhaji Samsumana. Other people they talk about Ernest Bai Koroma going to buy houses in the UK and other places. People they talk now about Fatima Maada Bio having hotels or whatever investments at the Gambia and all of this. Instead of buying shares and then state-owned enterprises, also and own them as Sierra Leoneans.
It is not the politician who should buy shares. It is the.
But I don't get the money.
No, that's not true. There's a book by George Orwell, 1984, Big Lie. You spout a lie and they talk out with certainty. That is not true. It is the people who have the power. It's the people who have the money. The money where the keke riders then they get, the money where they go put in a collection, the money where they use for go Mecca, where they put them together and far past what any politician they get. You look this situation, there's this law in 2009, Unexplained Wealth, with the Adam Pandey Anti-Corruption Act. We say, if you bill us, then for ask you, who say come out now money there for bill us? Now this country, over the past 15, 20 years, like say we dip on an oil boom era, like we Nigeria in 1974, 1973, when so much money been there. The military leader then, Yakubu Gowon, general, and say, hey, the money will get in surplus. We don't know how to spend them. So all man made the bill. It looked like say over the past 15 years. And that oil boom era would depend. Like say we get surplus money.
They can mansion they
will get all over. Because
one great person will get past how many mansions?
Yes. The law is there. The people then want to build an $500,000 mansion for a civil servant who they earn less than $500 a month, and they build $500 mansion, 3 of them. The people that want to build them, Now, ordinary people, they know that get them. But the people have to be taught, not set motto. You set motto, now you self you the kill. You set much, now you begin in life, now you don't jeopardize. And he say, you know, they run away, go England. Oh.
But, well, Vandy, well, that could be one, but the management of the resources, the knowledge, the know-how, the expertise is a problem also. Now, we don't give all the entities that we talk about state-owned enterprises, we don't give to Sierra Leoneans for one them. And then at the same Sierra Leoneans don't wreck the same entities here. Under the administration, supervision, and control.
I think the issue of either politician own it or Abacha resident own them, what is important, some people they enter into politics not for the name, not for money. But if there's any other avenue, they think they can make their wealth, they can appreciate it, in fact, more than politics.
Yeah.
More than politics. The blanket's idea who gets about politics not to go in and make money. But if orientation, civic education, don't they go in and get people they may understand, say there are more other areas that would can make wealth, and those areas may they open up to the citizens. For instance, we talk like when we talk about privatization, say if people they didn't Abacha, they come together, then they go to loan a bank, this go na Ruke Commercial Bank, this go na Salon Commercial Bank, go take 30 millions, this is the 30 millions, then they buy shares. Then they become entrepreneurs, bigger entrepreneurs, and make their money. Equally, it will apply to people who want to enter into politics, or people they say when they inside politics don't make some money, they can own those enterprises. But somebody will say, if me come take over Seratel, tomorrow government come, the other government say, well, that arrangement will not be due yesterday, not be proper. So if I would not terminate this particular arrangement, will not do, what will be the fate of my money? You see, it also depends on the way government they do things, but there is a need for good number.
But if they not treat the Chinese, then that way they for the toll gates. If they not treat other entities that way they for whatever it is.
Yes, they're not going to treat them because they're going for go to their home. The president will call them and tell us, if you tamper with that arrangement with the go and whatever you want tamper with her. The Chinese they get back up na their home. The presidents, the government, other foreigners. But Sierra Leoneans they go terminate you. Who say they complain? Pass you go to court. They tell you say you not get right. Pass you say you go to ECOWAS court, you get for pay transfer, go and come, you get for pay for lawyer, so and so, so you go left for your buffing. But if you tamper with Chinese toll gate road, you know, say you get for go and one great conference they will call the country leadership too. Then they tell you say before this conference they begin, let's discuss about we existing relationship, what our investment safety now in country. Of course, you say no that one, they will bring the toll gate issue.
Okay, so lastly, we can't manage the very state-owned enterprises we establish, and then we can't also effectively have the resources for own them, for buy shares and own them. Otherwise, you don't talk say the fares go there.
Yes.
We then go make the arrangements. One administration change.
Well,
something else go happen. What do we do? How do we manage this? Because we continue for the plenty money, billions of
dollars. Let me give you instance. There was an arrangement for airport at Mamama.
Yes.
Where is that arrangement?
By the Chinese.
Yeah. No. Where is that arrangement?
By the Chinese. Build, own, operate, and transfer.
Airport.
The same way the Suma arrangement in Alumni.
Yes. Where is the airport? When the government change, the arrangement change. Plenty people will go around that area, they buy lands in. Because they believe, say, if the airport for don't go there, they for don't go do their investments and the like, and they don't get frustration. So tomorrow, for instance, if now you can't help us to say, Tomabo, we get for go do XYZ investment day. Then when I do arrangement, then they do for two white man, they come, pass around, somebody say, me pass a Siamo. Why not go put me money there again? Try I will go buy land for airport to not see. So that trust, now because of the attitude of we leadership, we governance system. So there is a need, in fact, entrepreneurship development, we start looking at it from even our classes at our university and look at more trained career entrepreneurs. But say alone, even career politicians, we not train them. Where see posse come and they pass here, it costs two mami cause you very good, you know, youth leader. In fact, you good now women's congress or you good now the youth wing. And in fact, how many posse we don't choke? And in fact, this posse take megaphone and they like the next day one win in a minister, so on and so forth. But in reality, posse na politician, na a career politician. Then you don't posse say with the employee na NRA. Tomorrow, in fact, director general, part of the board of NRA. You know nothing about investment. You know nothing about fundraising. You know nothing about financial matters. But they put you there. So that's it. And we need. There is this country issues is not only the frustration only pegged at the top, but even the training, the studies. Then they study the university curriculums that we need for review and get the correct. Lecturers, correct teachers, and so that we're able to train people there. I mean, they talked to somebody last the other time. I say plenty laws they will not go to enforce them because they want them who expect when they enforce the law, they are not correct. In the sense that the processes and procedures for when they be there are not correct. For instance, if we want to enforce that in law, the police now so, well, you know the police recruitment, now particular business. No, so. But let's assume if we
particular business, or they ask you for recommendation from a local authority.
But not a particular business. Let's assume that, for instance, when university can open, if we have the University of Security Studies, Faculty of Security Studies in Jala or FBC, then when university open, if me want for do if I want for do security studies, I go fill me form, pay me money. Just like how you don't do geography, you don't do health, you don't pay, papa don't pay money for agriculture, papa don't pay money for be journalist, so and so forth. Me said they go pay the same, I do security studies. I spent 4 years na FBC, I do the security study. Where accommodate me 1 year now, they go down to police school. You think say if I graduate, they give me button. Then I go overnight, you go just take phone. Hello, LUC. Them about there where they smoke here. My wife don't they talk to them, they don't answer. Do you LUC? I may send you man they can't clear the naya. You think say I will take them? No. But if you go put me on ledger, on list, there you go submit. They say okay, Alaji, this now you Alaji give 2 people. MP good agada, hey bro, you know say pa una put me now, no go deny. Now you about this hello trainer. Una go na police training school. Afterwards they come so. They're not going to enforce the proprieties. So there are a lot of things that when they look at the brother, more look at the roots of several of that things. All right. So it's actually challenging, my brother. Also, and some of the institutions, the one that when are commercial institutions, we need for private. If we privatize them up, because if we privatize, I go value. For instance, if we privatize the EDSA, if electricity they constantly, even though if it there, it go bring income for people there for households.
Would I able buy them?
Would I able buy it? Because people then they went now for cold water they survive. So
because me now they pay for me EDSA. Then they deprive me for the one when they claim say the thief.
Even you food, you go buy food, you put under in the poil.
They deprive me from the one way the thief and the government when they pay. And
they don't collect your money and they're not to bankers. Why do you keep my money? But if privatization there, then it constant. If I don't say me food, I don't buy me food for 1 week, I put a not well. That 1 week I don't make service. Then I can't put my food today, today, tomorrow I come back, no other thing, and it disturb. It disturb the household, and it disturb even the commercial sectors. So it disturb the revenue generation. So there is a need for me to privatize certain commercial aspects of the state-owned enterprise. But the only thing, the side there, we're not to commercial side then, like the social sector side then, yes. There is a need for me to regulate them very well again for me to get in proper autonomy. So that they're going to function and give services to give welfare services to the people.
You see that possible?
It's possible if the possibility is possible.
What do you mean?
If the willpower agree, it's possible.
Also,
this country will not need Boku people for agree. We just need one person. Ghana today will talk about J.J. Rollins not to also.
Yes.
In one, it begin with in one. It strike. Iruwata. Other country, Rwanda, we just need a stronger leadership. That was what we were expecting President Julius Maada. I'm not being politics. We are expecting that in military background, in discipline,
they can't politics.
They can't hit on the ground. But look now, they see that they be between that and come inside. They call it not sit down house. Or even if you sit down house, now wrong information they can't get. You see, eh?
In a student house, meaning?
Not the power, not the student house, the picking, they will not eat better.
They fly.
No, me not say so.
So, also, we can't get out of this. Government not going for privatize the entity there, so some of their entity there, so absolutely. They're not going for privatize them, absolutely. They want some aspects for be owned by the state, because the essence for moving from NPR, continue to emphasize on electricity, now for we forget service rendered to me and you too, effectively. But till date, it's a problem. Government can't absolutely privatize these entities, and they cannot also dissolve it. So we are in a state of quagmire. What do we do? How do we manage this?
You know what in Salon people then they do? Then they tell lie. That's not George Orwell book. Then they tell lie, then they believe the lie, then they pass the lie to them picking them. Nothing no change. Instead can they, another government can do the same thing. That is a lie. We therefore tell them picking them, we therefore tell them youth them, say, yes, we go change the system. Because if you don't force them to change, you are dead. You know, dying, then put gun like you do. It is suffer. So rise up. Now give the politician them political support until they show you the report card. Now what you don't do, you will tell me say you get me Tomabon rails. What is Tomabon rails? Okay, you have been Minister of Finance today, where ABC within a power. You've been fed corruption. Now one brain APC person will be no. One brain we fed corruption with the almost one killer Alfred Akibo Betts. All them bookman them who they put na Minister of Finance APC term, they not fed corruption. What here they see? So man who they don't make a finance minister, governor of the Bank of Sierra Leone, in a see corruption. Then you say you want to turn president. Then you dance behind. Wait, not crazy, you crazy? You, the young people, therefore realize, say, this country can be changed, and we must change it. If we don't, the English word is we commit mass suicide.
So what you for do? We need for keep these entities, state-owned enterprises the way they are, privatize them?
You go back to the state enterprises. What we need to do is to sell the state enterprises to the mass of the people. And importantly, we therefore end the godlike powers of the president in the 1991 Constitution. We therefore reward honest people. We don't perform. Like when John Karumah been doing so in NRA, 2003 to about 2005, he doubled the revenue by almost 200%. We reward them? We will not reward them. We don't even forget saying do that. When Amadou Brahima, native nothing, we reward them? We don't reward them one day with a thief. That is our problem.
Okay. Oswald Sills, thank you very much for your time. Except you have left with some parting words. What would that be?
The parting words, peaceful revolution now, or you get bloody revolution. Then rebel them. I've been there 2002. I'm the classmate. He was 1 year ahead of me in sixth form, the Albert Academy, Dr. Dennis Wright. Then we all go public college together. So we've been there together in Motoka. We go upline, we distributing them, and then Northern Province part. Then they talk. He's a very witty man. He say, they rebel there. Now Bush then come out. Kaila Pujong, now they didn't come out. He said the next day they get war, the rebel there, now Freetown and they come out. That is a probability. We don't deny people them food for eat, water for drink, the decency of a good place to sleep. Anybody they can get and gone.
Okay.
So for prevent that happening by teaching the people not to support corrupt politicians today, corrupt politicians yesterday.
All right. Oswald Ansils, now the founder, Slave Ship, Freedom Ship. Finally, to you, Vandy Kone.
I think
how do we get out of this problem? How would it get out of them?
We need the willpower needs to review in the sense that those in governance.
They don't do plenty review.
No, to review themselves.
That's a privatization commission.
Now, desktop review.
Yeah.
We need self-review. We need self-review because now privatization is very necessary for commercial entities. Then, side government, you know able control, you know able do, you know able do. You know me say that when you privatize the ETSA in a reality, when stable lights day, still they go say this government make we get stable. The layman no go even know if you don't privatize or not. What you know say now they get light to fine. If you privatize the water Sawako system, the layman what you know what are they? If you privatize a lot of side and the way you privatize them, once if it flow, it fine. Any country where they develop it must expensive. Standard of living must become expensive. What's important not to only make the availability match the affordability. The affordability match the availability. I'm going to afford, but if you're not available, it becomes again a poverty to me. So there is a need, and also for those social sectors then, where then you don't go privatize youth issues, you don't go privatize gender issues, you don't go privatize women's issues and children's issues or disability sector issues. What you need to do and give them the absolute independency, we go only responsible or accountable to presidency or parliament, but no other subsectors. Otherwise, if you know say any sector for supervisor, either you create your own supervision sector on your own. Because, for instance, disability issues, if you want it to stand, they need ministries of supervisor, they have to create a ministry of disability issues for supervise that particular one. That we know now that it supervises that ministry. But you know, we'll get ministry, we get for get of business, you know, get ministry, we get for get Jehovah matters, so and so. They say, they can't put up on these other matters again. And they mix up. You understand? So you're not go correct.
Right.
We need that one, and we need to move forward as a country. We need to move forward as people. We all not found short, one way or the other. But we need to come together and as leaders also, and to the strategic leader, President Julius Maada before now. Now they talk about people, then they wait, they're not going to see other leaders. You understand? So the one way they don't see, the one way we don't see now, more talk to them. Make it please take time and look at issues. But the way they see, Baba life boku, Kongosa boku, Tif boku, Karango bring a camp boku, backbite, everything boku. You know correct, you know the work. Because they bring disunity. So we need things that put us together as a nation. There's no other way to go. Okay. Otherwise, perhaps you say, Salon will be a graveyard, where you go die and they can't bury you.
Thank you very much, Vandy Kone, in our former chairman or chief commissioner for the National Commission for Persons with Disability. Thank you very much also, Oswald Ansils. Thank you, gentlemen, for one time. We'll move to the second half of the show now, so to bring you with segments. And let's start with the entertainment. We'll now join Aminata Kamara.
People, this is the ENT corner on Slick TV channel 37. You know how we do Amnaya. Get some nice. Today in we ENT segment, we can talk to an artist who they make waves on TikTok, the social media, and all the ladies they like can because waiting now in song now in the turn their on. And on Slick TV Today show this morning, we've been joined by Lil Trump because waiting now in the turn the ladies then on. So let's welcome Lil Trump on the show. Just like I tell una, Lil Trump, they with you. But right now, I want to know if we safe first. Is it not the Trump in the US or?
No, so that's Donald Trump. This is not Lil Trump.
So why you choose first the Trump name?
That's the name from Jesus. The story long behind and name. So I don't care for top.
Yeah, cut and short for me no more.
I'll be one of the wicked prefects. So that's if you understand how it's in me.
So you get connection with Trump. So you want to say Trump wicked?
I don't know. Now, me also and I talk, but I don't know for now one day.
Okay. So tell me about your musical journey. How was it like for you?
My musical journey has been amazing so far, so good. I would say like the experience and all, even though I'm not yet at that peak, but like for an upcoming artist, I would say it's not easy because you have to remember financial resources, you have to build fan base and all, and education is there, schooling, academics, so I have to synchronize the two things to go together for them to work. So like so far so good, I'm trying to get to that peak. I started music back in 2020, around SS2, and I've been pushing so far till up to date.
So coming up, I not sabi you for person way day into music. What thing interests you for going to music?
There are two people that interest me. I'm a big fan of Drizzly. Like I listen to him mostly, and also Bakiten of recently. But the one main reason why I make her go into music, person I be like I get a friend and an artist he begin sing before me. Like a pull on music we not fine. I'm a plain preacher. Anybody will know an essay. So you say like he's straightforward. So like I listen to music and I get comments like the music not fine. Need for go back and write and boku and started make not everybody they take correction lightly. So you begin talk. So if you say boy make you no go down, like then stuff then they about that something like that you not get talent you can't discriminate. So like stuff like that and I make a lead to for make me back go begin with business well. I go show you some back savvy. And he's my best friend. We all do work out together and all. So that's how it happens. Some negative comment that a person can actually lead to a good positive outcome. And I don't learn from my journey so far.
So let's talk about you. The first way you see say it play for you. I guess it's the forward song. The way you do for your school.
Yes, forward for Prince of Wales.
So what's the experience like? What do you feel like for there you did that time then you do a song for your school and then it just blew?
The experience was great, and one thing we make this song blow, Prince of Wales High School, and they not get too much artists then. Now, for recently, before, so like maybe I've been an inspiration to some other boys that they are showing up now. But like during my time, there was not plenty artists. When you talk about artists now, Prince of Wales, I think you can only call me Tsunami, Big Boy. I think about 5 of us. And so me working on a student, I think like Prince of Wales never gets a school anthem. Because to a school song, I would call them a school anthem. So how about I work something? And as you don't begin put pen and paper together and boom, I produce the song. And it's linked me to a lot of people and it's opened a lot of opportunities for me. So it's been great.
Let me talk now about the song where every girl picking they use now on TikTok, Mr. Macaroni.
Oh, Mr. Macaroni.
Yeah, so why you say now you song and I need to turn it
on? I'm a big fan of anime. If you don't watch Snow White, you know inside the line come on, me on the wall.
Yes.
Who is the finest of all? So as you don't think critically, like maybe listen the beat of the rap, because that's how I usually write. So like as you don't like. Most of my fans are female, yeah. So like I say, well, Tarek say like this puts 2-3 things together and the thing just can boom. It's come my song and it turn me on. Talk 1 10 2 10 3 10 and I put the both lines together.
The wall is the baddest of all. It's a talk for your song like it's on me on. The mirror on the wall is the baddest of all.
Continue. And then Mr. Macaroni and Camille Ryan, Freaky Daddy coming Mr. Macaroni. Like I also watch the comedian radio in Nigeria, Mr. Macaroni. I love his skits and all. I'm one of my favorite comedians in Nigeria. And you know, say back in some of his skits, and most of his skits they have to do with female. Like woman, I married man, but he wants body, Gen Z body, so stuff like that, and it flows with the thing that I'm trying to build. So that's why it all come about.
Okay, so aside from Mr. Macaroni, you get any other song again?
Yeah, I get several songs there. Or if I say like, I got even an unreleased song though. If I say even find past Mr. Macaroni where I for release, yes. Music is all about consistency. I would say anybody will be listening, you know, say like the boy good, yeah. So I get concepts, So far so good. In back, they do well on your own.
Yeah.
I get Lyrical Mansa Musa. I get the Sentry. In back play. They are for Prince of Wilson area.
The Lyrical Mansa Musa. Tell me small about Dandy.
Lyrical Mansa Musa. Like Dandy also, like I could say, like the inspiration can just hits me. I sit down like what it me say? Well, because I have a person that really helped me in the music career. I say like now we can't take the music to another level. You need a message for saying out there, like for me people who say you don't come. And you don't worry about Mansa Musa, the greatest man in Africa, the richest man in Africa. Say yes, I don't worry about that. So we'll build something around them, like talk something more, like feel like say because you they call yourself the new school king. You know not kind king that you are from Africa, Mansa Musa. So build something like I would say this a statement like. So Lyrical Mansa Musa is not only a song, it's a statement. If you listen the lyrics them and all, rappers on your mark, get set, are they ready for me? If being good is a crime, are they ready for me? You see, I try for talk like I'm coming. So after Lyrical Mansa Musa, Macaroni come up. And I think the statement works and followed by some of the work where I don't begin to. Yep.
Okay. So this is Lyrical Mansa Musa, yeah?
Rappers on your mat, get set, are they ready for me? If being good is a crime, were they ready for me? The new king on the rampage better clear for me. So this is a press release, all for the study for me. Cause you know, me pass them hits, I don't repeat. So let them, you come for me, you face defeat. So tell them, to stay away, they can't compete. You feel me? Me punchline lit, me pass them hit. I can blast for some nigga where I know this nick. What the fuck are they saying? I'm the best indeed. I not come up from the thread, so I rep the hood. Like a police king, they talk, and this not fuck for good. Listen, they never see me, they come. They call me Ghost Rider. They want nothing but the best. Now me then come higher. So up at level low, but me I aim higher. So where them boss not the heat, now me then come falla.
Okay. You see now you then come falla. Other than can follow you.
Where them boss know the hit, so then obviously can follow. Where boss say
other than the boss, so not the hit, so they can where they can follow you.
I'm not going to reach China. It is not time yet for that.
So okay. With the left hand, so we go get another session for that. All right. So how you did balance being a student in the music career? Because we don't see say, but who students that wouldn't get into such? It's either the music side die or the school side die, and then we see say you've been moving both.
I do believe in prioritizing your priorities. This is the thing with most of Sierra Leonean artists I would say, and not mean say because I'm an artist that means I'm not for be educated. I'm an artist, yes, and I also value in my academics. I'm a very smart person, and I mean 3 honors, and I did my diploma. So like so far so good, my academics have been excellent. I'm pushing. I only work with time. When it's time for study, I know the mix matters. Strictly education.
Your plans for the coming days, because I know of each other talk about the coming days, and also for your fans then.
When my plans for me coming days, I get a lot of things that we say like they pending we say for happen actually. It's not easy like I said number one. So we're still pushing. What I would tell my fans, they just keep believing in me. I appreciate so much for the love, and you can follow me on TikTok by name Lil Trump, and also Audiomack, Lil Trump, YouTube, and Starawali, and sit back and relax and wait. There is more coming. I'll tell you, say one day we find past macaroni they come. So we still the cook. We don't cook it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Chef Lil Trump say it in a kitchen they cook. We just hope say no they cook for me like DJ Trump in the US. All right then. Yo my people, now all that gets for now in we ENT corner. My name is Aminata Kamara signing out. Don't forget say for keep it locked in on Sleep TV channel 37 and follow me on all the social media handles then. See you tomorrow.
All right, so now to the next half of we entertainment journey. From one side of Udade Fala, and how Fala. Now to the other possible Sabidi Road in terms of how the activities they unravel, how the activities they come with the bump and ride Sports, here is Mohamed Collier. Mohamed, good morning.
Good morning, Patrick. Good morning to our viewers. Good morning to our listeners.
Today is a crucial day in the English Premier League race for the title. One slightest mistake, Arsenal is the win.
I think
Arsenal will be crowned the champions over the weekend.
Arsenal will love this match more than the City fans themselves.
So today, Mikel Arteta are the biggest.
Mikel Arteta go in at the Etihad for watch this particular match today. Trust me, because this match means a lot to him today.
Anyway, let's get started with the local.
Anyway, so take the locals. It's our sports updates as the Leo Premier League don't go week 26, and this particular month we in a match. They nominate so much players, but Mohamed Fofana for Eastern Lions emerged the winner of the Leon Walk Premier League Player of the Month for March. He played 6 games, he scored 1 goal, get no assist, he get 3 man of the match. So the statistics will then show, we see the Premier League board through the media team put disclaimer, say not only the goals or assists, but again, you influence inside the match them way you team the win. You might not assist, you might not score, but you get influence inside a particular match. So he win 3 man of the match. And
just like you get the likes of Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes, they score the goals, but the influence inside the
Football Writers Association award. Player of the year.
Yes, and this guy forgot a long way because the argument and everything. But again, the board don't try to clarify why Mohamed Fofana be the match player of the month. Again, congratulations.
He also gets for do it. Yeah, I agree with them absolutely. Let's take in the case of David Raya, for example, at Arsenal, the clean sheets, the saves,
even Jimmy
and the ability, the foresight ability as well for start plays. So you don't necessarily, but David Raya not ever score.
He never score.
They play inside the pitch. So often some of these people where they see they score the goals.
Yeah.
You sometimes can tend for forget them. But no, they play very key and important roles in their teams.
I think that's actually ring a bit the last time, even giving the Ballon d'Or or other big awards to focus on more of goals.
Yeah.
You forget about the people where they contribute behind the scene, where no go score the goals, but they are the magicians. Like for example, like you mentioned, Raya don't save us now for over 23 points just this season. You imagine that game against West Ham, one-on-one save where everybody, all Arsenal fans were on their seats. But again, I think he proved the day, and then he get that particular save the way nobody expected, one-on-one with the striker. So I mean, you can see because score, but that kind of save what he make, and again intervention for VAR even disallow the goal where West Ham score. Again, it goes a long way because everybody we feel like okay, it's a clean goal, but in interventions, a challenge, then bully him according to the VAR and. But again, Arsenal don't get some of them crucial point the way now they end up forget the point also. But again, VR get your interpretations like how the former players they say the VR don't play the game, but others school of thought go say the VR.
So congratulations, however, to
Mohamed. And we go again for the coach where Abedi since he take over Borough Rangers, the guy just fly. Playing 6 matches, winning 5, draw 1, lost nothing, and he gets 16 points out of the 6 matches. And so congratulations to Abedi Fore of Borough Rangers. They are no cause also for win this year's league again back to back at the Lyon Premier League.
So now this thing he says something and if they say you short, if somebody they provoke you say you short. Maybe not because of Usai Fen yourself. Okay. If you go, you find a category Usai or a short people,
you're not all person.
You're not all person. So I remember Abedi way be in charge of Cambo Eagles and the other
Port Authority.
He was struggling.
Yeah.
Now look at where he is at Borough Rangers. He's leading. So it depends on Usai you find yourself, and at a particular point in time, I think they make you feel bad of yourself or feel proud of yourself.
Yes, congratulations to Ed. We take the statement from the Minister of Sport as the Amarampa Mines Women's Premier League be concluded over the weekend. But the minister will make a statement wherein he congratulate everybody and also the sponsors in Amarampa Mines. Now listening to Madam Augusta James Timer.
As the evening is far gone, today is a special moment, a moment that we should all be glad about, seeing that we have come together to see the conclusion of the Amarampa Mines Women's Premier competition. Today we are here to celebrate the winners and to talk about sport inclusively. We have seen a lot during the Premier League competitions. We've seen that we've got the talent. We've seen that we have to put our hands on deck to move them to special places, wherein they'll be able to represent us better, wherein we see the talent growing. And I want to take this opportunity, especially for the Women's Premier League Board, to actually extend kind invitation to us and to recognize our presence in the development of sport in this country. And I want to vouch here this evening, that we are going to continue working hand in gloves. We are going to put modalities in place to make sure that we give the right support in the right direction. And I want to be very specific about the Sierra Leone Football Association. I always said when I was given this opportunity to serve as Minister of Sport, I was thinking that I was going to have problems with Sierra Leone Football Association. But the working relationship, especially at this moment, has been one that is very, very much cordial and very, very much supportive. And I want to thank them very much for that. I will be remiss here this afternoon if I fail to mention the inclusion of Marampa Mines Limited. We are here today to see a conclusion of women's football, and you have played a very important role in it. And I want to stand on behalf of government, and especially our president, who is so passionate about sport and so the specific football, and to thank you very much for being there for us, helping us, and making it work light for government. You have been recognized, and we are very much grateful, and we take you as serious partners of development in this country. I cannot stop talking if I fail to mention fair play in sport. Today we are here and we see a particular competition, which is Women's Premier League, ended up with so much peace, with so much tranquility. And I want to continue to talk to all stakeholders, especially so the referees and the coaches, to continue to provide fair play on the ground, because this is giving opportunity for more talent to be identified. And this talent will grow up and up and up and represent us here, represent us outside, and make Sierra Leone to be on the map. So please let us have accountability, let us have credibility, let us have transparency, let us have good working relationship that will help us, that we should, all of you who are seated there, that we should all put our hands together to make sure that the next time we come here, we will see a crowd that will be 5 or 10 times bigger than this to support female football. Because female football has been, in my own reign, the particular team that has been bringing laurels for us. They've come into Sierra Leone with so many trophies, and I want to say that Marampa Mines have not actually wasted their funding. They've put it in the right direction, and we'll see female football go on and on in the right direction. Thank you very much. I want to congratulate Mobema Queens and all those who lost. I want to talk to them. I know they have representatives here, that they showed grace in all their efforts, and I thank them for that. And also Mobema has shown so much peace, and they have celebrated with that kind of tranquility. This is what we want to see in sport. Thank you very much, and thank you for your attention as the evening is far gone.
Then the minister will make that particular statement. Patrick, if you listen keenly, him be the feel see he go get issues with the Sierra Leone Football Association, but under this leadership, he don't enjoy more than ever. So it means he not be the enjoy under Atomazadi Brema, and he not be the enjoy under Safa. So what's this mean for Sierra Leone Football? For let a minister make that kind of statement.
No wonder the Isial Faka, the new NSA boss, say it come for give decorum to the sector. So there are too many noise now. Yeah. Probably underline that probability they will carry reduce.
All right, we hope for that. But again, football get noise, we always get for the noise.
But the administrative side not supposed to get
noise anyways. Yeah. So inside the international, crucial match today for Manchester City inside the Etihad Stadium as they play against Crystal Palace. All eyes go on Palace, and you know the close way now the signing of Eze going to Arsenal. If Arsenal win the league, Crystal Palace will have 15 million or 10 million pounds as add-on. So you feel say Palace go help Arsenal for win the league, or waiting are you take on this?
Arsenal, Arteta with the chair of Crystal Palace today, not because Eze inform a team this. Yeah. But not because of the ultimate prize.
The ultimate prize. Okay, and you know, say if Arsenal win the league, Palace get 10% or 15% of the money. Not 15%, sorry, but they get £15 million out of what Arsenal go win. But again, if you say Palace not go win the money, I don't know. But no, watch the game today as they go inside the Etihad Stadium. We'll continue with the Scottish League. As you see the table, Celtic and Hearts, they go head-to-head today. And whilst Celtic, they play more than well, and Hearts, they play Falkirk. Any of them teams also will win, probably will get a chance to be the champions of the Scottish Premier League. 77, 76 going into the Scottish Championship. Again, this nobody know they will predict. So this now go win your game, or now go win a game today. So pay attention to the Scottish League. I know say sometimes people know they pay attention. They just the top 5 European leagues. But again, a crucial day for Celtic.
It's been long. Hearts have been coming.
Yes, yes.
Celtic and Rangers.
Rangers have been there. Yes, I mean like Hearts can break the barrier. Try for give them and run for the money. 77, 76, and going into their.
And I'll be happy to see them win it.
Okay, well, again,
I'll be happy to see Hearts win it.
Hearts, congratulations to the advance. Patrick said they hopefully will not win. They will not just see Celtic and Rangers all the time. But again for be a crunch tie for them. As Falkirk self not get anything for play for, but again, they go want. We show they send a big dons and still is we international. Real Oviedo, the former captain of Arsenal, Santi Cazorla in team relegate officially, and this mean a big news story because he also na shareholder the part of Oviedo and the team that relegate. It seems like players that kind of will see recently Ramos by Seville, Fabregas, Como, we see also Luka Modric by Swansea. You see teams and you see players that invest now the money into other clubs them so that when they retire they go go outside they get small team.
Footballer for footballers. You go take people and we not sabi about football for come on. Look at what's in the happen with Chelsea now.
Chelsea, yeah.
Well, Chelsea not so more or less would have been a hacker.
Anyway.
What did then do to Abramovich? A hacker. You see,
yeah.
God and say hacker any for don't go.
But again, Abramovich ready for come back for money because they say the people that were there for getting money say they don't receive a mate.
And another case, but the hacker they for don't buy Chelsea right now.
Okay, well if the hacker Chelsea will not try.
So now it's better that the players themselves when they get in game. Actually, the owner
they invest
in them. Let them feel.
See the like of the David Beckham all the time, Miami,
and then you see the result.
Messi self don't buy club now, Spain and everything. So it's nice, it's good. We want to see then 10 years. So let's say the next 5-10 years, most of the clubs are now going to be owned by players or former players. So it's nice. And then we go to the ultimate fixture. Table inside the Spanish La Liga. This they take you from the 12. Onto the team with the 19 still get chance for relegate. That tells you how intense the Spanish La Liga. They imagine 42 to 39 to 37. So 2 more games to go. Some get 3 more games to go. So winning 3 games, you get 9 points. Officially, they take you over 40 points. So Seville to Alaves all get chance for relegate. That's the Spanish La Liga for you.
So that's the beauty of the game these days.
Yes.
So it is never over until the final
whistle. So with this, we'll go drop the curtain down for we sport updates today. Don't forget, say from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we bring you other interviews them as they get the Premier League board media team we the head we now. By Santiago, the part of the show today for Kangaroo, a breakdown of the Leon Rock Premier League and also some other stories the way they make news in the world of sports. So today 1 o'clock, Mina Collier, I say bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Collier, for the sports updates. Join them at 1 o'clock on Slick TV for an exclusive sports rundown and analysis of the days, weeks, and months of activities. All right, now, we'll go to a quick story. National primary school examinations will happen just over the weekend. Now, roaming inspector for school for West African Examinations Council, WAEC, Sylvester Mew, don't say this year 2026 NPSE results go come out quick, and the public for expect greater performance from the picking them as authority then at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education (MBSSE) through the School Quality Assurance Office say this year NPSE being gets protection from external interference and plenty other unusual happenings. Well, all this come inside one joint operations by the Freetown City Council, FCC, and the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, MBSSE. Mohamed Baki Kamara get more.
The National Primary School Examination (NPSE) this year been welcome a total of 166,839 Pikindem nationwide, according to the West African Examinations Council (WAEC) and the Ministry of Basic and Senior School Education (MBSSE). The country may record 79,862 boys and 86,977 girls, respectively, with seats to the NPSE this year. When the bell be ring for signal the first lunch break during the NPSE, parents then be rushed for find out from the Pikindem how the exam. The same question where all Udat Land book been answered to. Parents them been appreciate the peaceful atmosphere of the examination center and say them glad they foresee the Pikindem readiness for seats to the first ever public examination.
One of the things we make her feel good that the Pikindem already prepared and then get the enthusiasm or can write to the exams. It looks good that they come and mix with other school Pikindem. I mean, you will see the anxiety in them for go write the exams. This is one step up for this country that the Pikindem, they feel okay now for rights to public examination.
From when we came this morning, everything was cool, calm. The Pikindem all been there because you know, send our different schools them. So they all there with them teachers them and everything been there under control until they're ready for start. When they're ready for start, all parents then they ask for it outside. But the atmosphere here, because now Vine Memorial here, it cool and everything they in order so far. Everything they in check.
Anxiety, this is the first step of identification that the Pikindem Gladys say, then they can go secondary school. That we say Gladys say, we Pikindem may be tested to national examinations. That anxiety, leaving your child for that one, say 2 hours, they can write. You want to see and back and ask her how the paper. So as you see a lot of parents then come, for can't see them Pikindem hug them how the paper. Because to me God on this day, the end of this result is success. This examination, the end is success. So everybody wants to say there is success after the examination. That was the anxiety.
The acting education officer na the Freetown City Council, Colin Spears, say this year NPSE no get any serious challenges. We know they under them control.
We got a special mandate for monitor national exam, and that's what they do now today with the Minister of Education. And that's make they go around at the various center there for say the conduct of the exam they go very well. So far, because now as you see that then they break now, we don't enter 5 center today this morning before this break, and the conduct of the exam they gone well. We're not seeing any major issue there, but we get small issue the way never do absenteeism, overcrowding. We are at the west now, we are at the team there at the east. So after the exam, we can come together and see which are the comparison between the two teams, which are the similarities, then the challenges they are under and we can make a recommendation now after the exam for see we get the challenges and the control for the next exam.
In addition to this, the Ministry of Basic and Senior School Education been confirmed through the School Quality Assurance Officer say the exam been gets protection from external interference and that not only teacher them will go through the ministry vetting process and when them satisfied with been invigilate and monitor the NPSE.
We want for assure quality in the education system. We want for say until where government say they go right, now that's make we dey monitor the exams. But for this exam where we monitor, we not see no foreign material, not even the presence of primary school teachers in and around the compound. The teachers are teachers where na payroll teachers, na teachers with integrity, where we deem fit say them for monitor the exams, and a teacher the way don't they teach now with schools so when we certify say they no mix yuki na them they for the exam here so today.
Sylvester Mew, when a roaming inspector for the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, say they work as exams body now for make sure say the exam free from any yuki and meet international standards. Mr. Mew assures say the 2026 NPSE results will come out quick.
I don't visit about 12 centers. I'm doing it on behalf of WAEC for ensure international standards are maintained in the examination. That nobody not involved per exam malpractice. Who side they get problem them, make them call. We call WAEC, talk to WAEC. Like I go to one school na WMA. They say they don't transfer them to one school na Melon Street. So then they try for goodie for verify. A good and verify for ensure all the exams they under standards. And this year even look better past even last year because I don't see any problem in any of the areas them. The furniture, I check the furniture them, I check the picking them, talk to the picking them, talk to the vigilator, talk to the supervisor them, all which I see na correct thing with the into international standards. The picking result come out early and we no get examination malpractice, then we don't see, we go make them withhold any picking a result.
The National Primary School Examination NPSE na the first national test na salon for every school pikin wey don dey since 90s where the 6334 system of education be introduced. For Slick Television, Mohammed Bake Kamara reports.
A report by Mohammed Bake Kamara. And before we go, you travel updates for Thursday. Remember, people will move into or out of the country for different reasons, business and some other programs. So you travel updates here starting 5 o'clock in the morning. You get Askai Airlines flights KP023. We will have Banjul, Gambia for stop na Freetown International Airport, 5 after 8 in the morning. Accra, Ghana, and finally reach Lome, Togo, 15 minutes to 9 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning, Askai Airlines flights KP043 go take off from Banjul, Gambia, ahead for Camp Freetown International Airport. It reached 10 after 9 in the morning. Before you continue for Lome, Togo. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Askai Airlines flights KP022 go left Lome, Togo. It makes stops in Accra, Ghana, and Freetown International Airport. It reached Banjul, Gambia, 15 minutes to 5 in the evening. Overnight travelers, Turkish Airlines flight TK533/4 go left 9:30 Nanette from Istanbul with a stop in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, and reach Freetown International Airport 10 after 1 in the morning, and then return to Istanbul, Turkey 1 hour later. 11:30 Nanette, Royal Air Morocco flight AT569 go left Casablanca, Morocco, and stop in Monrovia, Liberia, and reach Freetown International Airport 20 after 2 in the morning, and continue for Casablanca, Morocco 1 hour later. You travel updates for Thursday. The best of luck and wish you safe travel. With this, we'll say goodbye for the show, this midweek edition, and return tomorrow with a brand new edition. Thank you to the production team, we guest them, and to you always, we take time for follow we. As always, follow we on we channel 37 on your TV screen or your Facebook page Slick TV, website slicktv.com, YouTube Slick TV Official, or go to the TikTok handle Slick TV. My name is Patrick Salia. See you tomorrow.